Welcome back, everybody. Getting kids to read in an era of screens is quite a challenge. Here with some tips for cultivating a love of reading in your child is the founder of MamaBear Books. Very fun, Ashley Wall. Ashley, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us, Ashley. I want to ask you about yourself as an author. How'd you get into this?
Well, I have two little ones, and I have an education background, but then I was a stay-at-home mom. And so reading from them I knew was so important from day one. So we started reading just hundreds and hundreds of books. And I was like, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. And it kind of just sat there in the back of my head. And when I wanted to get back into the working world, I was doing a lot of praying, God, lead me in the path I need to go. And I got really, really inspired to write a children's book. I told my husband, hey, I think this is the avenue I want to take. He's like, that's great. Let's start a publishing.
Supportive.
So supportive, yeah. And I had a clear vision on what I wanted to do in a picture book. And from the education background, really like promoting literacy and getting kids to love reading. So we decided, hey, let's start a publishing company. We'll bring other authors on, other people like me with ideas who want to publish and write children's books. So
that's incredible.
Here came MamaBear Books.
Locally based, y'all. And I have to ask, what was your first picture book then?
The first one was this one, The Day I Had a Bulldozer. It is just over a year old. So last year was our first release.
You guys are moving fast now that I see a totally full table. My goodness. And you say that kind of seeing the proof in the pudding with you now your 6-year-old learning to read. It feels amazing.
It is. It's so amazing. And you can see how reading from the beginning, from infancy, has helped her in kindergarten. Now she's able to learn to read and sound out words and pick up words so fast and so quickly because of all the reading that we've done. It's really so important to read from the beginning with your kids. Make it a daily activity.
Absolutely. I remember I couldn't wait to go to kindergarten so that I could learn, but my mom was big on the nighttime read.
Yes.
Yeah, the Laura Ingalls Wilder, like Little House on the Prairie, listened to my entire childhood. I know she's watching this morning. So I want to talk about your time a little bit as a teacher because there were some needs that you saw that also kind of helped propel you into starting your own publishing company.
Yes, I worked in some lower income areas, and you can see the big range, and it really goes for all schools. From kids who are read to and kids who weren't, kids who have books in the home and kids who don't. And we really want to make sure that all kids have books in the home. We really want to make sure kids are read to from the beginning because it is so important to have them ready to learn in kindergarten, to learn to read. It's good to build their imagination, their creativity, their thinking abilities. There are so many developmental components to reading. And so it is so important to have those from the beginning. Even a 6-month-old, a 2-month-old, read those books to them every night. They are hearing you and they are hearing that.
Absolutely.
So it's super important.
I think it's 3E maybe here in town that's like they can track a trajectory of a child if they don't have X number of books at home, if they don't have X number of books read to them by a certain age. Yeah, it's a really, really big change. So it's just improving outcomes if we continue to be great parents and read books to kids.
And get them off the screens.
Off the screens, it's tough, but it has to be done. Okay, talk to us about some of your books. You said The Day I Had a Bulldozer, that was your first one. Tell me about some of the other ones you've got here.
So this series has kind of really been the one that has taken off. We've got a third one coming out, The Day I Had a Fire Truck. And one thing that we really wanted to do when we set out to make our publishing company is create big adventures. You know, we want kids to expand their imaginations and know that they can do anything a kid can imagine is a kid who can change the world. And so all of our stories, we have The Day I Had, these kids have these big adventures with their toys that come to life. And they are empowered to have their adventures. Same thing here with Lucy, and we've got Detective Stan. They're all kids have the empowerment to make their decisions and go on adventures and be able to do really cool things.
Yeah, so that's actually a question I want to ask you about is like, how do you go about writing the story? Is it like imagination has to take the forefront here?
For us, imagination is one of our foundations at MamaBear Books because we really just want kids to have big imaginations. We want them to think and create and believe in themselves. And so when authors submit books to us, that's one of the big things. Where's the imagination? And how can a kid read that book and say, oh, like my children and my friends' kids, I hear them, oh, well, the day I had this, and I'm going to go and do this. And they are like creating their own stories and their own days after reading these books. And so that imagination is a big thing that we look for.
I can hear the passion when you're speaking. I think it's absolutely incredible. Some really fun information that I would love to share with everybody is that you have a new partnership with the Barbara Bush Foundation. Talk to us a little bit about what that foundation does first, and then your partnership with them.
Oh, the Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation, they are based in Houston. They are absolutely incredible. They are just promoting literacy from kids to adults. You know, there's a lot of adults who struggle with reading, and they're putting in programs to teach reading for adults, and then we've partnered with them. We were put in touch with a wonderful family who brought this collaboration with Barbara Bush together to put over 40,000 books in the hands of underprivileged kids in Houston.
Wow.
So it's really amazing. So there's going to be a lot of children in Houston now who have their very own book who might not have very many at home.
That is wonderful. So it's a really exciting partnership.
It is. It's really exciting.
Are you hoping to continue?
We would love for it to be something that we do every year. We would love to have these kids year after year add more and more books to their library.
Oh, I think that's so sweet. Okay, how about any tips from you as a mom who's doing it herself and as a teacher's background for cultivating a love of reading in our kids? Because I do find that there comes an age, sometimes it's as early as elementary school, where kids start to lose a little bit of curiosity, and that kind of depends on environment, I think. What would you say for keeping them plugged in, wanting to learn, wanting to read, that sort of thing?
No, you're absolutely right. Just making it fun, finding fun books that they are interested in. You know, even like you were saying, the elementary age, if it's a graphic novel and there's more pictures than words, that's okay. You know, they're reading a book. And same thing for kids at home. Have books everywhere, in the room, in the living room, playroom, in the car. Leave the screens at home, get the books, let them make up their own stories, do funny voices, ask them questions. Just have books everywhere and make it really fun. Just make reading super fun and let them read books that they're interested in.
I think that's wonderful advice. And if somebody's watching this morning and they're thinking, okay, I want my little one to have the day I had a dinosaur or something like that, where can we get a hold of your books?
Yeah, you can check us out at mamabearbooks.com. We have all of our books on there. And Amazon, of course, but MamaBearBooks.com is our website.
Support local, y'all. Yeah. Okay. All right. Ashley, thank you for all the work you do. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Of course, to get copies of Ashley's books and to keep up with her new releases, boy, she's moving fast. Visit MamaBearBooks.com.